the smell. Bro. This is like an EV owner's worst nightmare right here. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and behind us we have got a Statesman, a TUFF STATO, and dude, LS1 just lowered some Vertinis, just long wheelbase Oz DM luxury muscle, and they're a hot car, and these things are a bargain still. So for all of you out there, you can't afford the SS, you probably can afford this one. And let me tell you, these things, they got their perks as well. And this particular one, it is available at NextRide, so we've loaned it for the day, and we've actually got a dyno sheet, because this thing, it's not stock, it's got a big cam, full exhaust, it sounds wild. We got a 2.5 twin X-Force exhaust system on it. It's got headers, it's got a VCM intake, it's got a 234, 241, 113 camshaft. And look, I don't really know what those specs give, but this thing is making just under 400 wheel horsepower and over 1100 Newton meters. That's insane. And trust me, we fire this bad boy up, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna feel it. So without further ado, let's do that and then go for a drive. Alright guys, now driving this WL Statto. Man, this thing, it's just got that cruise factor. It's got the cool factor, and when you factor in the LS1, the exhaust, the headers, the cam, dude, it really just transforms this thing into an absolute beast. And you know, it's got that presence about it. You know, yes, it might not be as sporty as the SS. It might not come in manual like the SS. But I will tell you what, this thing, for the size of it, the class of vehicle, the age of the vehicle, you know, man, done right like this, it's still a really, really cool car. And yeah, make no mistake, guys. You want a tough cruiser, just a fun thing to, you know, cruise around in. You got plenty of room in the back for, you know, those activities. TUFF STATO activities, you know what I mean? You know, these did get the 4L60E, I believe, so it was a little bit better. And I don't know if it's got a tune on it or it just hasn't been abused. It shifts actually really quite nicely. And when you row the gears manually in this thing, it shifts pretty well too. And you know, that's when you really can get some fun out of it. You get some noise. You gotta be ready to pay the fuel bill, but boy, this thing makes a glorious sound. And just to idle, you're sitting at the lights, you know, this thing just whoop, up, like, and it rocks you. It legitimately rocks you. Like, I had a drink in here on the way down, and you could just see the water, and it was just slushing around. You know, it's hilarious. I love it. Smooth. That's smooth, man. From factory, you know, these things were, I think, 245 kilowatts and about 465 Newton meters, I believe. So, yeah, this thing's well and truly doubled the Newton meters. Oh, just this lovely little, I gotta say, fantastic job on the noise of this thing. I'll just tell you, drop it in a second here. Let's go. Yo! Let me tell you, that is how you make a TUFF STATO sound. 2.5 inch twin exhaust. It's an X-Force. Got some stainless headers. And yeah, that cam, man, she's doing her job. Dude, this LS1 sounds fantastic. Absolutely. What a super yacht of an Aussie luxury vehicle right here, man. Just so good. Now, I did look up on Redbook the weight of this thing, and for some reason, they seem to think it's the same weight as a Commodore, 17,500 kilos. Which I don't believe it's 1.7 ton. This just feels so much heavier. Maybe it's just the way that it's stretched out. Maybe it's the way that it all works together. I don't know, but it feels much heavier. I would estimate this thing's close to 2 ton. You know, just, it's a big old car. Let me tell you that, it's huge. And that's why, again, I say it just feels so much better when you're cruising in this thing. You know, we're on the 80K back road right now, and I'm barely going 80 because it's just nice to cruise. I'm actually suspect that this might have diff gears because it does sort of climb up the RPMs. And remember, if you're enjoying this content, make sure you subscribe. We just hit 70,000 followers. We're trying to get the 100K. It's taking us a while. So like, we get the views, we get the content, we gotta get those subs up, guys. Please hit the follow button. That's all you gotta do. Helps us out big time. And yeah, if you're enjoying this content, smash a like, leave a comment. It all helps. You know, I love that blue-haired fairies will say that you're the bad guy because you got a V8, it drinks lots of fuel, and you know, it makes noise, it combusts. Oh, and it can do that.
Shut up, bitch!
It's the complete opposite because we're keeping this thing on the road. We're not letting it go to landfill. We're not letting it go to waste. And this is how you actually become a greener society. You keep your older cars on the road. Don't let them go to the bin. Keep them on the road, man. Maintain them. Get them to 300,000-400,000 Ks. You can do it in these things. That's what I mean. And you see these woke clowns just preaching that you gotta buy a battery. Mate, that's not being green. Let me just tell you. Go get yourself an old Land Cruiser. That thing will do 1,000,000 Ks. Get yourself an old Barra. You can get those things over 1,000,000 Ks. It's like, yeah, the woke indoctrination. It's just a conspiracy, people. And yeah, I for one, I ain't following suit. I ain't changing my hair blue. And I'm running the dyno juice till I die. Oh! Yeah, man. Now, I know it's a little bit confusing when you think Statesman, you think Caprice, you think Grange. What's what? You know, long wheelbase, you know, regular wheelbase. Like, what's the differences here? So, the Statesman is the long wheelbase. The Calais is not the long wheelbase. And essentially, it goes Statesman, then it goes Caprice, then it goes Grange, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I believe that was the order, and you know, it just sort of incrementally went up in price and luxury. They were basically always the same, you know, V8s, you know, automatics, but just got a little bit fancier inside, a little bit of different body language on the Grange especially, and they sort of were that premium level car. You know, the Premiers and stuff were riding around in some of these things. So being that long wheelbase, it sort of was a car that certain people could get chauffeured around in too. Now, time for the WiperTech wiper test. Will the old Stato have a good sweep? Let's have a look. So on the left-hand stalk here, just pull it back. Oh, the jets are a little bit clogged. The wipers, oh, they're a little bit streaky. They're not the worst. A bit streaky though. Definitely not as good as a set of WiperTech wipers, guys. So again, use my code ROSS15 off. You're gonna get free express shipping, 15% off. Link down below. It's Ross 15 off. Yeah, I'll give those a 6.5 out of 10. Alrighty guys, it is time for the 0 to 100 powered by C-Tech. Guys, again, C-Tech is linked down below. Make sure you check them out. We're gonna reset the draggy. Just from drive, power button on. Let's go. Yeah, traction definitely almost left the chat there. It's a little bit damp today, but it's a big car, man. And this thing, 1100 Newton meters, dude, it's just hectic. But let's have a look at that time. Yo, guys, I told you I thought this thing might have diff gears. I still think it does, because we just put down a 5.1. And that was literally the first attempt on a back road, damp road, rear wheel drive, big Stato. Like, are you kidding me, bro? This thing would be sub 5 seconds on the right launch. And that is insanely quick. That is insanely quick. That is stupid quick for the size of this thing. That is just wild to me. Oh, dude. And I was feathering that throttle, just tapping traction loss, legitimately. So, yeah, this thing moves, dude. It's one hell of a TUFF Stato, and that is an impressive time, guys. That's sick. Now, I'll pretty much finish this review, but because this thing sounds so good, I'm gonna just make some music. Let's see if we can get this thing to pop and bang. Oh, I love just hearing it. You can feel it through the seat. Like, oh, just those deep, angry pops and crackles. It is so satisfying to listen to. Yo, it's just so good. It's so good. You gotta really be careful in this thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, this is not for going through the windy back roads. Like, you don't really want to carve it up in this thing. But just cruising, getting this thing to pop and bang, like straight line, dude, it's fun. It is so fun. Now guys, we're gonna finish the video off here today. So again, huge thanks to NextRide for loaning us out this TUFF Stato. Personally, guys, this thing is just cool. And for the money you can pick these things up for, I think they're still an absolute bargain. Like, it's probably one of the cars that hasn't crazily inflated. And the fact it's still a V8, it's luxury in here. If you can find a clean one, guys, for the right price, absolutely go jump on it, because they're fun, they're cool, you can keep these things on the road, be green, and yeah, it, again, exhaust, this one's with a cam, dude, it just works, sounds $1 million, and it looks hot. So leave your feedback down below, guys. I want to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you on that next one.